is one thing I've been doing now that I'm working from home, is doing more wiping off instead of blowing off. So I'd rather all that dust in a rag than my workshop or my garage. So from here, we just gotta scuff the edges on the blends and we're just about ready. We're not far off being ready for a mask. 1000 grit. These are called grippy. I think they're called grippy because they actually come with a little block that you can use, but I've never used the block itself. I just find them quite handy to use by hand. I think there's a full range of these. I think they go like down to 320 and say all the way up to, I don't know, they might go like 1500, like actually one step finer than this or something. But the 1000s are the only ones that I've ever used. For like larger sections like that, that's where I use these bigger ones. These are cheaper, so you know they are quite expensive, so use them sparingly where possible. Yeah, when I'm at work, I've always got one of these grippy pads just sitting in the top pocket. If you ever miss a spot, you just, oh yep, you know, when you're masking up, you might sort of see a little shiny spot, so these things are really handy, 1000 grit pads. I found a little stone chip up the front here somewhere too, so I'll fix that. Clean it down and have a proper look. Alright, that's pretty good on this side. Alright, that's just about those blends done. Probably only a 10-minute job to hand sand those blends, so we're making good progress. Yeah, this is why I keep one of these in my pocket at work, because you always find a little spot you missed. Nuva, this stuff is amazing. So the green stuff is for stone chips, and the pink stuff is for body filler repairs. Keep it to a minimum, so we're not left with a big mountain there. We've got to mow down. Put you away, and you put them back in the right spot, hey? "12 seconds, mate. That's us. We're done." How good is that? Mate, 2-pack, it's like gone the way of the dinosaurs, man. That's what I like to do. So you're just shaving down the excess without hitting the edges, so this actually makes it so you're not going to have any highs and lows. It's the same principle as when you're doing a run. You're just shaving down the high spots, you're not hitting either side. So there we go, nice. That'll be perfect. Perfect. Little one now, we'll just scuff that out a bit more. So that's the blends all done, guys. We're making good progress. It probably only took me about 10 minutes to hand sand over the blends. Maybe about the same to give them a quick sand over with the orbital sand. But the blends are all ready to go. We're doing, as I said before, these quarter panels. My next stage is I'm going to unmask it. I'm going to blow it down. I'm going to get it outside. I'm going to clean this garage out, give it a sweep, give it a blowout, maybe even put a bit of water down on the floor, and then I'll be able to bring the car back in and get the masking done. There we go, just gave the place a bit of a blowout and a wet down on the floor. For what it's worth, I'm not expecting a clean job, but it's not going to stop you from trying to keep whatever dust out you can. So this is going to be the hardest part of masking this job here, because like usually I would have my roll of masking paper and my masking machine, and you can just roll off your bits of paper like that. So all I've really got here at the moment is either this or the big roll of plastic there. I might actually have to get some of those little hand masking rolls. They could be very handy going forward. I'm using up this old roll of masking tape, which I've actually, 3M gave me this one a couple of years ago, but I may as well use it up on this job. It's getting a bit old, so we'll see what we can do here. Figure something out with a bit of plastic and throw it inside here. A bit of back masking too. Should work. We're actually going to give this whole car a full cut and polish anyways, so if there's any overspray on the paintwork, it'll come off with the cut and polish, and we'll also give the windows a clean anyway, so either way we're going to be fine no matter which way it happens. But so essentially we're kind of double masking it, if you know what I mean. That's the idea of putting this this plastic inside here. So we'll mask it like this first, and then we'll throw another piece over the entire car. So I've got all the edge masking done. I just wanted to show you something. It's actually one that I figured out myself. So when I'm masking things like a guard on the car, what can sometimes happen, you can have like a little bit of overspray creep inside the guard edge there. Even though you have done your best to mask it, it can then get inside, and then it can actually come back out through there. So that's why I like to do things like that. And again, similar areas like this. So as you can see there, we're masking the tail light up there. Now that tail light gap continues down here. So the paint goes in the gap, it goes down, and then it can come out. So putting a little strip of tape down there, you can even come further down on the tail light. As you see, I did that there. You do, you know, that's up to you. But that's something that I actually figured out myself, and it really is a lifesaver, because sometimes I would like finish masking a car up, paint it all, unmask it, and I'd be like, where's this overspray coming from? And it took me a little bit. I thought about it and I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what, I bet that's where it's coming in the panel and then coming back out underneath your masking. So there's just a little tip for you guys. But apart from that, it's all pre-masked or edge masked, and we're right to put a piece of plastic over the top. Pull it tight, twist it up, just put a little bit of tape around there. That's what I like to do.
Thanks for watching to the end again, guys. Hope you've been enjoying this series as much as I have. And in the next video, we're going to be getting straight into the base coat stage. After that, we're going to be doing the clear coat stage, and I'm also going to be doing polishing and ceramic coating stages. So yeah, it's been good for me to do some work at home, and as I say, I hope you guys have been enjoying following this project. Anyway, until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out.